Okay, in this video we are going to learn about dividing rational expressions. Now keep in mind here we are dividing fractions. So in order to divide fractions, we must first rewrite the fraction as a multiplication problem. Keep, change, and flip. Keep the first fraction like it is. Change division to multiplication. Flip the second fraction. So what we really are doing is multiplying the first fraction by the reciprocal of the second fraction. Now after that, then we're just multiplying rational expressions. So we want to factor each expression in the numerators and denominators, rewrite it into one fraction, and cancel the common factors. So let's take a look at an example. Here we have x squared minus 1 over x divided by x plus 1 over x minus 1. So again, the first thing that we need to do is to rewrite this as a multiplication problem. Keep the first fraction like it is. Change division to multiplication. Flip the second fraction. Keep, change, and flip, or multiply the first fraction by the reciprocal of the second fraction. After that, we're just multiplying rational expressions, so we will still factor. So the x squared minus 1 can be factored by using the difference of squares. So that will give us x plus 1 times x minus 1. And then from the second fraction, we had x minus 1. In our denominator, we did not have anything that could be factored. So that gives us x times x plus 1. Now, after we've factored, then we simplify by canceling the common factors between the numerator and denominator. So we have x plus 1 and x plus 1. So I could write this final answer as x minus 1 times x minus 1 over x. Or, since x minus 1 is being multiplied times itself, we can write x minus 1 squared over x. Okay, with this problem, we have x squared minus 4 over 2y divided by 2 minus x over 6y. So again, we need to rewrite this as a multiplication problem. Keep, change, and flip. So x squared minus 4 over 2y times 2 minus x. Sorry about that. Flip it. 6xy over 2 minus x. Now, after we rewrite this in the multiplication form, then we need to factor difference of squares. X squared minus 4 factors to x plus 2 times x minus 2. Now I'll just write the monomial of 6xy out in front. And then we have 2y times 2 minus x. Now before we write that 2 minus x, let's take a look at how we could change this around to help us out. So 2 minus x is the same thing if we flip it around as negative x plus 2. Now, remember, we can factor out the negative 1 and write that as negative 1 times x minus 2. So instead of writing 2 minus x, I'm going to write negative 1 times x minus 2. So again, here we want to cancel the common factors. So I can cancel a y and a y. We know that 2 goes into 6 3 times. So from here, I'm left with 3x to start off with. I can also cancel a common binomial. I have x minus 2 in my numerator and x minus 2 in my denominator. So now I have 3 times x minus x plus 2 all over negative 1. And since we are dividing that by negative 1, we can just say negative 3x times x plus 2. Okay? With this problem, we have 2x squared minus 7x plus 3 over 2x squared plus 3x minus 2 divided by 6x squared minus 5x plus 1 all over 3x squared plus 5x minus 2. So we will go through the same steps. Now the factoring may be a little more complicated and involved. However, the process is the same. We want to rewrite this as a multiplication problem. So we keep change and flip. And then we have to factor. So there are different ways to factor these trinomials, this type of trinomial that we have. I'm going to use the AC method in my explanation. I'm going to label these so we will know what we're factoring over here on the left-hand side, right-hand side. So expression number 1, we have 2x squared minus 7x plus 3. So the AC method calls for us to multiply the first number times the last number. 2 times 3 is 6. And find the pair of factors that equals that middle number of negative 7, gives us a sum of negative 7. So keeping the 2x squared like it is, 2 times 3 is 6, and negative 6 minus 1 is negative 7. So I'm going to rewrite the negative 7 as negative 6x minus 1x, and I keep the plus 3 like it is. The only thing that changes is that middle term when you use the AC method. Then from here you have 4 terms, so now you're factoring by grouping. Remember that minus follows the term inside the parentheses there. Factor out the GCF from each group. And then factor out the common binomial of x minus 3 and the 2x minus 1 would go together. So let's look at what I have labeled as number 2. And let's go through that process one more time just so you'll understand how I'm getting these factors. So number 2, we have 2x squared plus 3x minus 2. So again, 2 times 2 is negative 4. I need a pair of factors of negative 4 that gives me a sum of positive 3. So what can I multiply to get negative 4 that will give me a sum of positive 3? Well, negative 1x and 4x. So the ends stay the same. 2x squared on the left, minus 2 on the right. The only thing that we are rewriting is the middle term of 3x. Now, grouping. And remember, for grouping, you make two groups of binomials and you factor the GCF from each group. So the GCF out of this first group is x. GCF for the second group is 2. Final step, factor out your common binomial, which is 2x minus 1. And then write the x plus 2 together. I'm not going to go through that full process with expressions 3 and 4, but if you want to pause the video here and go ahead and factor those and see if you come out with the same thing that I'm about to show you, that will be a good thing. All right, so for expression number 3, you should have 3x minus 1 times x plus 2, and that could be x plus 2 times 3x minus 1. That's the same thing. And for expression number 4, that should factor out to 2x minus 1 times 3x minus 1. Now I'm going to place these back into one fraction. So on the top line, you see I will have expression 1 and expression 3 in its factor form. And in my denominator, I would have expression 2 and expression 4. All right, so now we have x minus 3 times 2x minus 1 times 3x minus 1 times x plus 2 all over 2x minus 1 times x plus 2 times 2x minus 1 times 3x minus 1. And guess what? We're going to do the same thing. We need to simplify by canceling the common factors between the numerator and the denominator. So I look at my x minus 3. I don't have an x minus 3 in my denominator, so it stays. 2x minus 1. I have another 2x minus 1 right here in my denominator, so it cancels. 3x minus 1. I have a 3x minus 1 in my denominator, so it cancels. X plus 2. Well, I have one of those in my denominator as well, so it would cancel. So now I'm just left with x minus 3 all over 2x minus 1. Okay, I hope you found this video to be helpful. Thank you.